Hello Israel, it's me, Red Planet, coming to you once again with another video. We're gonna see or decode has to say about AI. This is fair use decode. But we're gonna listen to them speak about AI. It seems like AI can do just about anything. Soon, like I said before in my other videos, they're trying to replace us. Now they got drones delivering food. So we're not going to need delivery guys. China's already one step ahead of us. But eventually, this is where they're going to be. We're going to be there where they are. They're more far advanced than we are, as far as technology and the things that their robots and drones can do. We're just not catching up. But anyway, let's see what he got to say, Israel. I don't know what happened to the sound.
But here's what no one's talking about.
There it is.
While Western media keeps you distracted, China's quietly racing ahead, building a future that looks straight out of science fiction. AI systems that think for themselves, machines that replace humans, cities run entirely by algorithms, and yet barely a whisper in the West. Because what's happening right now isn't just about smart cities or flying taxis. China's building something far more powerful. A robot army. And once you see what it can do, you'll realize the future isn't coming. It's already here, and China's leading it. Let me start with something that sounds impossible. Remember when pizza delivery meant waiting 30 to 45 minutes and hoping it would still be warm? Well, China said not anymore. They've created a whole network of delivery drones that can bring your food in just 15 minutes, and they're accurate to the exact minute. The company Meituan has already made over 300,000 deliveries using drones. That's like delivering food to every person in a medium-sized city. The drones fly on set routes and drop packages at special boxes, so there's no waiting around for a delivery person. But it gets even crazier in the countryside. JD.com has drones that can carry 5 to 30 kilograms. They call it a pickup truck in the air. And it's connecting villages that never had fast delivery before. Do you think that's impressive? Well, here's something that will make your jaw drop. This year alone, 15 million new cars.
So if they have drones that can deliver pizza, food, groceries, because I have seen videos where they had delivered groceries, Israel. They're sure not going to need DoorDash, Uber Eats. They're not going to need them anymore. Grocery stores not going to need them anymore because everything can be done by drones. Just put an order in at the store and they put the food in the drone, and the drone deliver straight to your door. So you don't need to have the middleman, which is us, to deliver the foods. Because with a drone, Israel, guess what? You don't have to pay them, and they can do what they want that drone to do just simply by pushing a button instead of handing you a paycheck.
Cars in China will have robot brains that can drive themselves. That means 2 out of every 3 new cars can drive without a human touching the steering wheel. But let me tell you about the GUA-01, the world's first car with a real AI brain. This isn't just self-driving. This is a car that can literally think and talk to you. The GUA-01 has an AI partner called Simo that you can talk to just like a friend. You can stand outside your car and say, "Simo, come pick me up," and it will drive itself to you from up to 2 kilometers away. Here's what's absolutely incredible. The GUA-01 is powered by dual NVIDIA Orin chips with 508 TOPS of AI computing power, 11 HD cameras, 12 ultrasonic sensors, and 5 radar systems. That's more sensors than a military drone. It can park itself, change lanes, avoid obstacles, recognize traffic lights, and even make unprotected left turns in busy city traffic. Have you ever thought of BYD's Yangwang U8? It can do a tank turn, spinning 360 degrees in place like a spinning top. The car's 4 independent motors can make each wheel turn in opposite directions, letting it rotate without moving forward or backward. It can also crab walk sideways into parking spaces by moving all 4 wheels in the same direction. The Yangwang U8 SUV can even drive into water that's almost 5 feet deep, float like a boat, and actually move through water at 3 kilometers per hour by spinning its wheels. Imagine this. There's a flood, and instead of being stuck, you just drive your car into the water and boat your way to safety. It can stay floating for 30 whole minutes. This isn't a concept car. You can actually buy this right now.
If this doesn't control your glucose today, I will pay you $1 million live on my show.
The IM Motors L6 can slide horizontally into parking spots like it's dancing. Using its four-wheel steering system and independent electric motors, it can reduce parking space requirements by 11% and has a turning circle of just 4.99 meters. That's half the size of normal cars. Even more amazing, the BYD Denza Z9 GT can parallel park by literally power sliding into tight spots. The car uses its electric motors to spin the rear wheels in opposite directions, while the front wheels provide the pivot point, letting it slip sideways into spaces that seem impossible. And if you think that's impressive, wait till you see what BYD built next. Their U9 Extreme supercar can go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 2.36 seconds. That's faster than you can say super speed. It just shattered every speed record on Earth, reaching 496.22 kilometers per hour, making it not just the fastest Chinese car ever built, but the fastest production car in the world. But here's the absolutely mind-blowing part. The BYD Yangwang U9 can literally dance. This $236,000 supercar has something called the D-Suzak system that can make the car jump up to 75.
See what I said when I say China is more advanced than we are? Far more advanced. Because I'm quite sure we just catching up to getting a car to glide through water or dance or go fast at a certain speed. Yeah, far more advanced, Israel. And not that we want this to happen, because some of us do and some of us don't.
Millimeters in the air, hop over obstacles, and even synchronize movements to music. You can literally watch a 1,287 horsepower supercar dancing to a beat. The crazy part? This isn't just a party trick. The system reacts in just 40 milliseconds and can lift each wheel by 75 millimeters at speeds up to 500 millimeters per second. It's faster than you can blink. That's more powerful than any production car that has ever been built. It will be faster than the Lamborghini, Ferrari, and even the $2 million Rimac Nevera. But here's what's scary for other car companies. BYD just became the first automaker globally to reach 10 million new energy vehicles, and they're selling these dancing supercars for $236,000, while a Ferrari costs over $500,000. But here's the amazing part. 85% of Chinese people are totally comfortable letting a robot drive them around, while only 39% of Americans feel the same way. China is literally racing into the future, while other countries are still scared to try. They're testing self-driving taxis in 19 different cities with 16,000 test cars on 32,000 kilometers of special roads. That's like driving around the entire Earth and still having roads left over. Well, the AI cars are taking the world to the next level, but if we talk about their charging, they take hours to charge, right? Well, BYD just broke that problem forever. Their new batteries can charge so fast that 5 minutes of charging gives you 400 kilometers of driving. That's like driving from one city to another with just a quick bathroom break worth of charging. They call it the 1 megawatt charging system. That's 1,000 times more powerful than charging your phone. In fact, it's now faster to charge an electric car than to fill up with gasoline. But China did not stop there. China also has built trains that don't even touch the ground. They float using magnets. These maglev trains recently reached 404 miles per hour in just 7 seconds. That's faster than most airplanes when they're taking off. In testing, one train reached over 620 miles per hour. That's literally faster than commercial planes flying in the sky. With trains this fast, you could travel from Beijing to Shanghai in just 2.5 hours instead of 5.5 hours. Well, if you think floating trains at 620 miles per hour are mind-blowing, here's what will really shock you. China isn't just building futuristic technology. They're building futuristic minds. While we're teaching kids basic math, China is turning their children into AI experts. Starting this year, every kid in Beijing as young as 6 years old is required to take AI classes for at least 8 hours every school year. That's millions and millions of kids learning to use AI before they even learn multiplication. China has chosen 184 schools to test even more advanced AI programs. By the time these kids are adults, they'll be controlling technology that doesn't even exist yet. It seems like there's almost no field left where China hasn't used AI. But have you ever imagined a country building an entire highway without a single worker? Well, China just did it.
So artificial intelligence is supposed to be able to do everything. Just about everything, Israel. So soon they're not going to need us for anything.
Recently built a road using 100 self-driving haul trucks. Massive machines that can each carry 85 tons and drive completely on their own. No human driver, no brakes. Even in freezing temperatures as low as minus 40 degrees.
Now, why would we need something or some car or machine to take us around and you looking and there's no driver? But yet the car is moving on its own. I don't think I would want to be in something like that, Israel.
Celsius. And it doesn't stop there.
I know I wouldn't want to be in something like that. Don't know about you, but not me.
Chinese companies have now deployed entire robot fleets for road construction, including 10 autonomous road rollers and 2 giant pavers that build highways automatically using GPS and smart algorithms. They're literally building the roads that other robots will drive on. China's next goal? To have 5,000 self-driving haul trucks operating across the country by the end of this year. And judging by their pace, that might happen sooner than anyone expects.
You folks have no idea what honey and cinnamon can do for your brain. I'm 82 years old, and just a few months ago, I could barely remember my own grandkids' names. But
Flying in China is like stepping into the future. At 62 airports, 557 security channels use facial recognition, so you don't need a ticket or an ID card. The system...
See? So now all of a sudden they just use your face. And your face is your ticket. Maybe your palm, your finger is your ticket. Maybe the eyes that you see with, maybe your ticket, Israel. This what's coming if it's not already set up. This what's getting ready to take place. Like I said, China's already doing it, as you can see. We're the only ones that's left behind.
Already knows who you are just by scanning your face. At Shanghai Hongqiao Airport, you can check in, drop your bags, pass security, and board your flight without speaking to a single person. The entire process takes just 12 seconds per passenger. Beijing's largest airport has over 600 biometric checkpoints, 250 automatic gates, and 80 self-service stations, all powered by facial recognition. Everything happens automatically. You just walk through and the cameras do the rest. But it's not just at airports. Across China, cameras are everywhere, watching, analyzing, and recognizing faces in real time. China has installed more than 200 million surveillance cameras. That's 4 times more than the entire United States. They call it the Skynet system, and it uses facial recognition to track every person in the country. The technology is so advanced it can catch jaywalkers, identify anyone not wearing a mask, and even predict crimes before they happen. Police officers even wear AI-powered smart helmets that can scan crowds and instantly identify wanted criminals. This technology is incredibly powerful, and China is moving ahead fast with AI, while the rest of the world is struggling to keep up. We make online payments by scanning cards or using our phones, right? Well, China has already taken it one step further. There, you can make payments without a card or even a phone. Sounds impossible? They're doing it with their palms. It might sound like magic, but it's real. Millions of people in China are already paying for things just by showing their hand. Tencent's WeChat Palm Pay scans the lines and veins in your palm. It's more secure than fingerprints and faster than pulling out your wallet.
Now, why would I want something that's going to scan my hand or my palms or palm of my fingers? No, I don't want anything like that. I'm sure you don't either, Israel.
Over 1,500 stores are already using it, with an error rate of less than 1 in a million. Students use it at universities, travelers use it on trains, and soon people might not need cash, cards, or even phones to pay for anything. But here's where it gets even crazier. In China,
No, what they're going to do is, that I think China's already introducing to their people, is that they go by the point system. And I guess however many points that you have will determine if you're able to buy something or sell something or purchase or put an order in for something. You pay your rent, pay your mortgage, your gas, your lights. They go by the point systems. However many points you have, that's what you're able to use to get day-to-day life. We ain't got there yet, but I'm believing this is what China's going through.
people aren't just going cashless. They're letting robots do their jobs for them. There's a robot in China that's about as tall as a 10-year-old kid, but it can pull off perfect kung fu moves, dance like a pro, and even run faster than most adults. Meet the Unitree G1 robot. It's not just any robot. The G1 stands 1.32 meters tall, about 4'4", and weighs 35 kilograms with its battery. It has 23 moving joints, giving it human-like motion. It can walk, run, jump, sit, stand, shake hands, and wave, all with incredible balance and precision. It moves so naturally you'd swear there's a person inside. But here's the crazy part. It's not just for show. The G1 can help with daily tasks like carrying objects, opening bottles, or cleaning up your room. And when you're bored, it can break into kung fu routines, stick dances, or any choreography you program. It's also smart enough to fold itself up for easy storage or transport, like packing a suitcase. And here's the real shocker. It costs just $16,000. That might sound pricey, but compared to other humanoid robots that cost hundreds of thousands, it's almost a bargain.
You don't want to end up with Alzheimer's and dementia later in life, so you should stop eating honey. And I'm going to...
And wait, there's more. They also made robot dogs called...
Don't want anything that's going to cook for me, or touch me, or buy something for me when I can do all that myself.
the Go-To. These aren't cute pet robots. These are serious working dogs that weigh only 15 kilograms but can run at 2.5 meters per second. But here's what makes them absolutely incredible. They can walk upside down, do backflips, front flips, cartwheels, and even adaptive rollovers while climbing over obstacles. These robot dogs understand voice commands thanks to GPT technology, can shake hands, stretch, dance, and even take photos. The coolest part? They have 4D LiDAR that can see 360 degrees around them with almost no blind spots, detecting things as close as 0.05 meters away. The Go-To Pro can run up to 11 miles per hour and has an intelligent side-following system that lets it jog alongside you while automatically avoiding obstacles. Plus, they made a wheeled version called Go-To W that can roll across any terrain while carrying 6.6 pounds of stuff. The scary part? At the 19th Asian Games in Hangzhou, robot dogs were already working on the field, transporting discus and javelin, and the crowd went wild. They're already being used by police and military around the world. Now, let's talk about something that will give you goosebumps. There's a company called X Robots making androids. That's robots that look exactly like humans. I'm talking about robots with real-looking skin, perfect teeth, and eyes that blink just like yours. These robots have 140 different ways they can move their face and body. That's more than most humans. They cost about $280,000 each, and it takes a whole month just to make one because every tiny detail has to be perfect, even down to the pores on their skin. But here's what's absolutely incredible. X Robots has already built over 200 humanoid robots, and they're now producing 500 plus units per year in their massive factory in Dalian. They've even resurrected famous scientists like Albert Einstein, Stephen Hawking, and Thomas Edison as talking robots that can tell their life stories. These robots are already working in science museums, hotels, schools, and government offices across China. The company opened the first robot museum in the entire country where you can meet robot versions of historical figures. Here's what's frightening. In a few years, you might not be able to tell if you're talking to a human or a robot. What happens when these robots become cheaper and everyone can buy one? And while we're still trying to figure out if robots can replace basic human interaction, China is already using them in the most advanced fields imaginable.
So when they did I Am Robot or I Am Legend, they didn't learn from that movie that those robots turned on them. Now who's to say what they're building now in China is not going to malfunction or turn on them? Because that's what robots do. At some point in time, they turn on them. That is what iRobot did. Turned on Will Smith. And they had to fix the robots just so the robots wouldn't kill those that they had in their house. Just something to think about, Israel. I don't want no robot in my house, knowing that it may be a chance that this robot is going to turn on me. Because robots are strong. And unless you know which button to push to stop them from doing harm, you're in big trouble, Israel.
China has built AI machines that can find your veins and draw your blood with more precision than the world's best nurses. No more painful needle pokes, no more let me try the...
So soon they're going to have robots that can do surgery, that can draw your blood, that can do hip replacement, brain surgery, heart surgery. We won't have no need for doctors and nurses. It's coming, Israel, if it hasn't came already. Like I said, China's already doing it, as you can see in the video. But this is what's coming. You ain't gonna need no doctors and you ain't gonna need no nurses. They're gonna replace them. Them gonna be the first to go.
The other arm. But that's just the beginning. Chinese hospitals have deployed automatic medication delivery robots that pick up medicines from the pharmacy and deliver them directly to patient wards in minutes instead of hours. So, no more waiting for overworked nurses. No more life-threatening medication delays. These robots know exactly which medicine goes to which patient and navigate busy hallways automatically. But here's something that will absolutely blow your mind. Chinese doctors are now performing surgeries on patients who are 8,000 kilometers away. In Xinjiang, surgeons operated on patients using robotic systems while sitting in completely different cities, thousands of miles away. That was about remote areas. But what if the doctor itself is a robot? Meet Dr. Alfred.
So what happens when these robots make mistakes? And you putting your life in their hands. What happens when they make a mistake, when they mess up, Israel? What you gonna do then? What happens when you're under anesthesia and you don't really know if it's a robot or an actual person that's giving you surgery? Something to think about, Israel. Me, myself, I don't want neither. But sometimes when you're in certain situations, you got to choose. You may think that it's an actual person that's actually doing the surgery on you for maybe 10 or 12 hours, and it's actually a robot.
An AI robot surgeon so realistic you'd think he's human. This hyper-realistic robot communicates fluently, understands multiple languages, and answers medical questions like a real doctor. China has also built the world's first AI hospital with 14 robot doctors and 4 robot nurses. These robot doctors treat 3,000 patients in just one day. These robot doctors are right 93% of the time, better than many human doctors. Well, if China has used AI in cars, construction, travel, shopping, food delivery, and medical, then how can it stay behind in something even more basic? The food we eat? China is also using smart technology in farming. The DJI Agris T100 is a powerful farm drone that can carry 100 kilograms of seeds or pesticides. It sprays crops automatically, works at night, and uses smart sensors to avoid obstacles. The drone can spread seeds very fast and helps farmers work more efficiently. Another amazing machine is the 108-arm cotton topping robot. This robot has advanced sensors and cameras that help it see and work precisely. It can trim cotton buds on 26 to 40 hectares of cotton fields every day. The robot works 120 times faster than human workers. There's also the GPS-enabled transplanter, an automated machine.
So if it's doing that, they don't have no need for a person. You don't need them. Because the robot can do all the work. And it can work as long as you want it to. The whole entire day, if that's what you want. We can't do that. At some point, we have to take a break. We have to rest. We have to come back the next day. With a robot, like I said before, just shut it down. It can just shut down right in place, Israel, and continue where you left off the next day. Never need a paycheck. Never have to take a coffee break, restroom break. You don't have to do any of that, Israel. All it has to do is just work. And the farmers like that because that's more money they saving.
Machine that can plant crops on 6 to 7 hectares of land in just one day. This smart machine can do the work of 80 to 100 people, saving farmers a lot of money on labor costs. These smart farming machines show how China is using AI to grow food better and faster. China isn't just building cool technology, they're building all of it at the same time, and they're doing it faster than anyone thought possible. And this isn't the end, this is just the beginning. Every single one of these technologies is going to get better, faster, and cheaper. But the question is, when will this technology spread to other countries? And are you ready for a world where cameras know everything about everyone?